It's interesting though, as you say that, like I wrote down this word like grit, right? Grit, resilience. Like a lot of business owners, I think, lack grit. They lack resiliency through times like this. When Corona hit, you had all these people wanting to throw in the towel 20 seconds in. It was like, well, hold on, like we don't like we're 20 seconds into this. Like we have no idea what's going on. I can understand months down the line, maybe, but like where like your entrepreneurial chops. And so I remember when we met Jason Calacanis, I asked him a question similar to this about how do you build like an entrepreneurial child? How do you build resiliency and grit into your kids? And he said, we walk them up a mountain. And if the goal was to get up the mountain and they want to quit halfway through, we don't let them. We say, you got to get to the top or something like that. And it's something from a grit perspective that I don't think that's talked enough about. Like we condone failure and we talk about failure is cool and all that stuff, but it's like, hold on a second, like failure really it has become such a buzzword. People probably aren't even really failing, but like grit is such a powerful thing. And so Jim, is there anything from a grit perspective or a resiliency perspective that like you've used in your life through business or just normal life stuff that's like really helped push you through? Because I feel like the most successful people in the world seem to have like an amazing feature of grit in them, an amazing like resiliency in them. And that's something that I feel like we need more and more and more of. Is there anything with resiliency or grit that like comes to mind?
Well, a couple of things. You need to have a fully functional compass, and I'm talking one that's a physical compass, mental compass, and a moral compass. Uh, you have to be centered. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to sit down every day and figure out, okay, what am I going to do, and how am I going to make it better? Um, there's a great commencement speech given a couple of years ago by a Navy admiral, and it was called "If You Want to Be Successful in Life, Make Your Bed." And it's a fantastic YouTube video. It was University of Texas, and he's an alum there. And it really shows that, okay, if you set goals for yourself, albeit very, very small goals. I'm going to get out of the bed this morning. I'm going to make my bed. Okay, I accomplished it. This is good. And even if the rest of the day goes bad, you're going to come back to go to sleep that night. And what are you going to see? You're going to see the success that you had that day. And use that as an internal driver to move you forward, to have you face adversity and, overcome it.
Yeah, I mean, and that's one of the things that I'm trying to think of the right word. It's not necessarily frustrating, but it's frustrating at the same time. Is I think that this region we've become so comfortable because we have so much federal funding. The tourism is really, really strong, and so we've not really had to experience that grit. We have amazing universities and colleges. We have great businesses. We have so many resources. What do you think is keeping us from going to that next level? I mean, we have everything from a resource standpoint. What's holding us back?
I wish I had an answer to that question. I've been tasked, along with Brian Stevens, the CEO of the chamber, to co-chair the Small Business and Retail Recovery Committee for the entire region. And right now, one of my staff members and I are going out and we're interviewing all of the economic development directors for the 18 cities and counties. And then we're going to gather that information, put it all together, and then figure out what kind of strategies are going to be required, what kind of actions are going to be required to achieve a goal of, is it going to be a rise in GDP? Is it going to be a rise in salaries? What exactly are we going to be doing for this region? So all I can say is stay tuned. We'll have something coming here shortly.